Now I'm going to turn this presentation over to you for your original sentences. The topic is going to be the ancient 14 big herbivorous domestic animals. Okay, so according to Jared Diamond, I'm reading in this corner here. According to Jared Diamond, the author of Guns, Germs, and Steel, there are only 14 large plant-eating animals which have been long domesticated. All but one come from Eurasia or North Africa. And Diamond claims this gave a competitive advantage to people living in these areas. This really struck me when I first read about this, that, oh wow, yeah. When you think of livestock, you often think of, for me anyway, it's the big three. Cattle, pigs, and then chickens, although in this presentation we are ignoring chickens because we're only looking at the large animals, because in this analysis the author was very interested in work that could be done. And that's why horses and water buffalo become extremely important for working on the farm, but also for warfare and transportation in general. And then since I'm American, I guess I wasn't thinking that much about sheep and goat. It's not such a major form of food in the culture I grew up in. In any case, it really struck me that these major 6 large herbivorous domestic animals were all domesticated quite a long time ago, and cattle, sheep, and pig are among the oldest domesticated ones. Perhaps only dogs and cats were domesticated earlier. So this was something I wanted to explore more by looking at the current distribution and population. Well, current distribution doesn't really vary a whole lot, so for today's analysis we're going to just talk about the population and time of domestication. Although I want to just quickly point out that the ancestors of each of these are shown below. The ancestors of sheep and pig still exist in the wild. Ancestors of cattle were extinct. They went extinct about 400 years ago. They were called aurochs. There are efforts these days to try to backbreed them based on genomes, I think, that have been recovered from archaeological data. And this is an image of what the auroch probably looked like. Okay, let me get to the point. I'm going to ask you to describe any trends that you can see between the major 6 domesticated animals, global population numbers, and date of domestication. In addition, I'd like you to look at the minor 8 domesticated animals and their dates of domestication. So again, here are the names, including the scientific name. In the parentheses is the plural. So donkey is 1 and donkeys is plural. Current distribution. As you can see, actually the llama and the alpaca are actually 2 species that were domesticated outside of Eurasia, and they both currently also are chiefly distributed in the Andes region of South America. To make this easier to read, I'm going to have you spend most of your time on the next slide. Okay, this is where your homework really takes place. This is the same data, just organized into graphs. Okay, so on the left side, we're looking at the global population of the major 6. We can, just to say easier, the major 6 domestic animals. And here's their population. Let me say again, this is organized by population. And then organized in the same order below is the dates in years ago of domestication. Same story with the minor 8 over here. They are organized in order of current global population. And then below that is the same order, but by date, but the data shows how many years ago they were domesticated. Sorry, I hope you can speak that a little bit more smoothly than I just have. But I'm not going to give you any more examples because this is what I want you to do. What I'm asking for is for you to record over this PowerPoint, which you can download from Google Drive. And for these first 2 slides, please just go quickly. You can give just a couple sentences of introduction for these first 2 slides and spend the majority of your presentation on this single slide. That's what I want to compare. I want to see what you say compared to what your classmates say. So that's why I'd like you to share this on the group Google Drive folder. Please note that the groups are changing this week. So you may need to save it in a different folder than what you did last week. Please refer to the Excel sheet which has our course schedule for your current group.